It's a cool September evening in 2015, just across the Elliott Bay from Seattle, Washington. Bremerton High School's football coach heads home after concluding another game with his team. But tonight, something in his heart just doesn't sit right. Coach Kennedy has made a commitment.
And I made my commitment to God. I will give you thanks after every game, win or lose. And that's what I did for 8 years. After every single game, took a knee, thanked God, and continued on with the rest of the team.
After receiving a letter from Bremerton School District Superintendent directing him to cease from his post-game prayer tradition, on this night, for the first time in years, Coach Kennedy left the field without kneeling in prayer. He turned his truck around, drove back to the empty, dark field, where he walked to the 50-yard line and knelt to say a brief prayer of thanks. He secured legal counsel and sent a letter to the school officials to inform them that, because of his sincerely held religious beliefs, he felt compelled to offer a post-game personal prayer of thanks at midfield.
It was just me thanking God. He put me on this field to help these young men and our coaches. So yeah, this was 100% mine of giving thanks.
The district objected. And for the next several weeks, Coach Kennedy and the district were at odds over the practice. Following a game on October 26th, Coach Kennedy again knelt by himself and offered a prayer of thanks to God. Shortly after that game, the coach was placed on administrative leave for, quote, public demonstrative religious conduct while still on duty, end quote. Although Coach Kennedy had received positive reviews for his entire coaching career, at the end of that school year, the district gave him a poor performance evaluation and advised against rehiring him. As a result of his prayer, Joe Kennedy lost his job as a coach. Coach Kennedy, with his legal team at First Liberty, took his case to federal court to stand for his First Amendment rights of free speech and free exercise of religion.
First Liberty defends the religious liberty of all Americans, and when Coach Kennedy was fired from his job simply because he could be seen engaged in a prayer down on one knee at the 50-yard line, we knew we had to come alongside of him because of what that meant to every football coach, every basketball coach, every school teacher in this country. No one should be fired from their job simply because they can be seen engaged in religious activity.
The case worked its way through the legal system and was ultimately argued at the United States Supreme Court in April 2022. At the end of June, the court handed down its opinion. In the 6-3 decision, the justices affirmed Joe Kennedy's First Amendment rights, stating that the First Amendment of the Constitution, quote, protects not only the right to harbor religious beliefs inwardly and secretly, it does perhaps its most important work by protecting the ability of those who hold religious beliefs of all kinds to live out their faiths in daily life, end quote. In a day when many Christians feel intimidated and are hesitant to take a stand, we are thankful for men like Coach Joe Kennedy and his attorney at First Liberty, Jeremy Dyes, who stood by their convictions and took a public stand for their faith. And tonight, we honor Joe Kennedy and Jeremy Dyes, the Soldier of Grace Award.